Hi, beautiful beings of light. This is Yana, and welcome to my YouTube channel in the month of June of 2021. Okay, where we're experiencing the energies of the eclipses, and that it's going to then escalate into the summer solstice. I mean, if you're in the northern hemisphere of the Earth, right, of the planet. So, and we're in the month of here of Gemini, sign of Gemini, right? So it can get very mental and very busy here. So very important to unplug yourself from the external material 3D world and eject the 3D mind, so we can go into your heart, start speaking our truth, and decalcify our third eye, so our crown chakra can grow and grow and grow. So that's how we can exit the 3D matrix. We can free ourselves and feel our multi-dimensionality. So yeah, I'll be just I have it here. Here's some tools for guys. I work with colors, sacred geometry, and at the same time I will kind of continue and expand on this very sensitive and not that joyous topic of the Nazism, right? The Black Sun Nazism 4.0. All these manipulation that has been happening, and all these experimentations on people, humanity, even animals and nature, of course, but then especially children and military. That's kind of my experience. So again, you guys only take what resonates with you. My disclaimer is that my videos are for educational, information, and entertainment purposes. I'm here to inspire, empower you, giving you information the way I interpret it through my soul signature, energy signature. How you guys then interpret what I'm sharing with you becomes your world, your reality. What you do with it is your responsibility, as we are very powerful co-creators with the divine. We are watching our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, even our deeds and actions, right? So it's very important. Take a deep breath whenever you can. You feel so frustrated, you think nothing is working, or you don't know what to do. Remember, all the answers are within you. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Take a deep breath, kind of step back, exit that hologram, say thank you for showing me this, something that I'm not into, or something that is maybe negative. It lowers my frequency vibration, but I am accepting it, I'm embracing it, I'm acknowledging it. All right, so go into your heart structure. Remember, there's electromagnetic field and brain in our heart that is 1,000 times more powerful than the electromagnetic field in our brain in that head area. So the safest way is to go into your heart and give yourself that love, okay, that unconditional love that comes from um, Holy Mother, or from Holy Father, from our Creator. Okay, it even comes from your purity of the soul. Right, we are bringing the soul energy back online through the crown, the column, the chakra column, or through the crown chakra. Remember, I am my background is yoga, Ayurveda, and Mystica, esoterica, okay, so, and even exopolitics. And I'm sharing my uh, that's information that is based on direct experiences. I am sharing my stories, my truth with you, the way I interpret it, guys. Okay, so don't take things personally. Whatever triggers you, maybe that's something then you may need to adjust, meditate. You're welcome to turn off the video. Like I said, it's not for everybody, right? My videos are for my soul group, my soulmates, and people who work with energies, and star seeds, and indigo warriors, and empath sensitives, highly evolved souls, targeted individuals, whistleblowers, people who came here with a specific mission, and kind of experienced experienced very tumultuous uh, frequencies, or how you say that, they had just kind of hard time to adjusting to these frequency of this planet. And also experienced, lots of brutality, abuse and violence on all levels. Remember, the body has four layers, right? We have the physical, that's what people pretty much identify themselves. Then we have the emotions, the astral, where lots of manipulation and control is coming from. And then we have the mental body, right? I mean, the 3D mind. And that's because people are disconnected from God, from source, right? Their crown chakra is pretty much not functioning, or it's closed down, or is damaged or burned. Like I saw, guys in the military, right? Their chakra column is pretty much, inverted, upside down, polluted. And so their aura, their energy field is very filthy, dirty. There's lots of disfiguration, going on in their energy field. That's why people, who are surrounded by those negative energies, they don't even feel good. They have an anxiety, depression. Why? Because the human mind has been hijacked, right, by those negative aliens with their negative alien agenda. And people are experiencing numbness and kind of digression in even in their IQ and in their thinking. So the negatives, they've been doing everything they can disconnect people from God, from source. They, of course, were also doing all kinds of damage and experimentations with our DNA, disconnecting us from 12 strands of DNA like into 2 strands of DNA. But now, through the solar light and meditation activation, join us every Sunday with Sandra Walter. We're activating our DNA, changing it from carbon-based DNA into crystalline DNA. So things are changing, transforming, but it's very important to do the inner work and remember who you truly are. You're divine, luminous, angelic, human being. Okay, and the origin was with 12 strands of DNA, crystalline light, and liquid plasma light body. And now we actually are integrating and embodying them. Those who work in those higher frequency vibration, we're embodying those plasma light codes, and it's been very intense and dynamic. Even for me, a couple of days ago, I just had to go into my bed and just slept the whole afternoon, go into deep sleep or meditation. That's where I can really go high into those cosmic energies with cosmic angels and meet my galactic and star family and kind of get upgrades, updates, messages. And then here in this physical kind of 3D, 4D, now it's more 4D and transitioning more into that 5D consciousness, right? I'm able to integrate it and then share that wisdom and knowledge and the light codes with you guys. That's why I'm making those videos and doing my work that I love, humanitarian work, sharing my wisdom and to share my gifts and talents with you guys and talking about my projects and healing centers and everything that I went through. So it's been very, very transformative, very healing. I'm very thankful, like also for all those who've been following me for quite some time. And I'm sure it's some of you found it very useful and practical and healing. So that's kind of what it's all about, helping each other and start creating communities in unity. And the because I do shadow work, the ego, right, needs to be transformed, transmuted, and so it can be integrated and we can shine the light on it. I see so many people there in that healing profession, and they're getting all kinds of certifications. And I used to be a massage therapist and yoga instructor and so on. It's nothing when you really integrate yourself internally, and you become whole and complete, as having some kind of certifications and so on. To me, it just doesn't work. I've been also healing myself. I've been on a healing journey for quite some times, and there are some powerful people like healers, shamanic people, and so on. But I'm here to help people integrate all aspects of themselves back into that crystalline heart, right? Just kind of surrounding themselves with beautiful objects and healing energies, because I work with energies, like this pink unconditional love, this heart, this you can check my meditation, three hearts meditation, on my website yanakalai.com / Ascension, right? You can join us, like I said, for the unity meditation with Sandra Walter. We're activating our carbon-based DNA into crystalline DNA, and with the plasma light codes, everything, guys. The chakras, actually, we are even ascending through our chakras. The chakras are being updated, upgraded, expanded. I mean, of course, those who do the inner work. That's why very important to embrace our shadow. Very important to kind of acknowledge it when somebody's going through the dark night of the soul. Somebody's stuck, doesn't know what to do. Again, the kingdom of heaven is within. All the answers are within. There's pretty much nothing outside of us that can save us. We're the saviors. We're the system busters. We are the change makers, and there's nothing wrong. When we kind of say goodbye to our father, the prodigal son, just like in the Bible, but then it's time to go back. Return and go home, and reunite with our heavenly parents, with cosmic father and cosmic mother, through that cosmic heart. And what I've also experiencing on my journey back to source, back to light, going back on track, there's just so many hindrances, and I didn't understand. This is not fair. Okay, I did some stuff. Maybe now I know I should not have done it, and this kind of lifestyle in the United States, very different the lifestyle back in Eastern Europe. I'm actually so grateful, thankful, where I grew up, even though I grew up in dysfunctional family. But till the age of 7, I had very magical, beautiful life, and going to my grandparents. They had a garden, and we were watching fairy tales, and during the winter, whether I was outside in the snow and just having fun, and during the summer we were collecting berries or strawberries or blackberries, and cooking some baking a cake. So it was very idealistic, and I'm so happy to being able to actually go back to that joyful and beautiful times. Okay, when I was 7 years old, and then of course when I started being 11 and teenager, the karma kind of kicked in, and I found myself in a very, very dark places. But there's hope, and you can do it. You can bring yourself up. But anyway, why I'm talking about those kind of things, I was just wondering, what in the world is the darkness? Where is this coming from? And how come that some soul, really pure, beautiful soul, wants to go back to that divinity, to that purity, to that innocence? How come it's not being allowed, right? And that's what I pretty much noticed in the military, with the military guys, and kind of the whole thing, in the United States, with those satanic families, and doing all these horrible rituals, right? So where is this coming from? What is this all about? And then I was finding the newsletters, all the information from Lisa Renee, her website energeticsynthesis.com. And so I'm just so grateful for all the knowledge. I know some of the notes I'm reading from her newsletter that was back in March 2020. It was called the Black Sun Nazism 4.0, and that information even helped me to clarify so many things, because I had questions. Like, I guess all of you has all kinds of questions, right? They're on a quest, or for truth and searching. Remember, we're on a journey, hero's journey. We're all going through that darkness, but we need to go back to light, and that's a normal, natural cycle. But then there are certain individuals from that astral plane, right, invisible plane, they're stopping that process, that evolution, like the ascension, okay, the transition, the transformation. They don't want humanity to free themselves from the prison planet, and from all that darkness. So anyway, I just kind of want to bring that information back online, even though we're going through very challenging times, and there'll be more and more exposure of the wrongdoings, and some people will be shocked and they will go nuts. That's why You take a deep breath, right? Long, deep inhalation, long, deep exhalation. You put your hands on your heart and give yourself that extra love, and just remember that you are loved, you are love, you are everything. Okay, and so hold on to that divine spark of creation within the sacred chamber of your heart. Your heart is powerful, it's a portal to those other dimensions, and you can create portals, and with your free consciousness, free mind, you can travel to other universes. So that's how powerful humanities are. So that's why I was just wondering who is stopping all this. How come humanity that has been so dumbed down? How come the lifestyle of so many people are so negative and so destructive? Even though I recognize some of those souls, they're my soul siblings. They're from my soul group. And what in the world? They're on drugs and all these addictions and drinking and sex addiction. And of course, those who ended up in military. I don't even want to go there, even though it looks like I am signed up to help those guys in the military, just to kind of transition, get them back online, especially, who are my soul siblings, because their aura energy field, I mean, it's just been so scattered and shattered and so perverted and inverted, and just kind of it's a mess. Okay, it's like a swamp. You gotta drain the swamp. You have to cleanse your aura energy field. The inner work is very important. So I don't know whether I mentioned there are so many also healers out there, but people for some reason, or because I'm a shadow worker, I'm the Kali Ma, right, with the machete, I mean with the sword, cutting the negative ego. With me, when a person has a negative ego, this is not the way to go to higher, to that fifth dimension. We have to transform, transmute, right? We talk about the energies of Saint Germain, violet flame, or transformation, transmutation. So you guys surround yourself or the situation, with these energies, right? That's the highest energy in the visible spectrum, right? Then you go into the ultra light frequencies and into the invisible realm. And there are even colors we cannot even describe. And I work with those energies, and because we work vibrational, we go really, really, really high. I work with the solar rishis as well. I've always been connected to the rishi sages of the Himalayan mountains, Babaji, Mahatavar Babaji, Satya Sai Baba, Shri Yukteswar, Paramsa Yogananda, with his book, this was a biography of a yogi, so this is kind of my lifestyle. And it's funny how parents or your spouses, your partners, or people, they're perceiving you differently, right? And then they're saying things about you, they're not true. People's perceptions need to change, you guys. People have to be deprogrammed. You need to decalcify your pineal gland. You have to rewire your subconscious mind, which is a million times more powerful than the conscious mind. Because what are you projecting? Are you projecting your ego, your shadow, or the beauty of your soul, of your heart? But for that, you have to do the inner work, and you have to do some cleansing, right? Very, very important. Please check the universal laws on my website, Yana Kalai, especially the part 2. That's what will teach us and give us the tools how to navigate through all kinds of challenging situations, and learn about the law of transformation, transmutation, how everything can be changed, how everything can be transformed. But because we've been weaponized through GMO and this stuff and chemtrails, I mean that stuff is probably was manufactured in Mars, this Mars colonies. But this is all ending, but we're like very interesting times. I feel very peaceful, even though I know I have to be very careful, and I feel I'm protected, as long as I'm doing my work assignments, because I would rather beam myself up and go and travel universes and beyond this universe. And Dwalkul, the Ascended Master, he knows that I'm a huge big traveler, and but right now I have a contract here, assignment, looks like with a military. So because they were trying to make a marine out of me, but I'm a yogi. So and looks like that was not successful. Of course, Arshta Komain, Galactic Komain, my star family, Galactic family helped me with this whole operation. It was Very adventurous, but also dangerous as well. So we have to be careful as well, so we have to learn and navigate how to claim our power, how to stand in our power, but being humble and simple, and having simple life but high thinking is very important. Surround yourself with that loving energies of your soul, of your heart. Then God, if when God is for you, nobody's against you. But here in this earthly realm, physical realm, we have to learn how to navigate through all these energies and dynamics and challenges, and we have situations because they're giving us the lessons to learn. We karma, unless we transmute the karma, we cannot step on our path of dharma. So it means being on world service, right? And we all came here with a specific mission and assignment. So everybody is here for a reason. Every day we're asking ourselves, who am I? Why did I come here to this planet? What is my mission? What are my gifts and talents, right? What I can that I can share with the world. But for me, the soul connection consciousness expansion, or the quantum manifestation, you can study Marina Jacobi. Her material is very important, and my yoga background. So the inner work, going deep within, it's been a very transformational, healing, and very helpful. So I just want to remind you guys that I have meditations on my website as well, and studying the universal laws that will teach you about love and integrity, and how to have beautiful relationships, first with yourself and then with others, because everything starts from within, and it starts from you, right? We cannot change somebody else. Only I can change myself, correct? So and that's kind of where I'm coming from, and that's the universal truth. So important to learn that wisdom that comes from understanding and learning those universal laws, the law of one, that now the planet is embodying it. Okay, the universal laws, including the Galactic Codex. Please check that Galactic Codex on my website as well, yanakala.com. And then I have this very powerful decrees or affirmation of sovereignty and of forgiveness and of protection, and of course how to nullify and cancel the contracts with the archons. Yanakalai.com/services. So check it out. So continuing and just kind of building upon the interesting subject of those Black Sun nobility, family Nazism 4.0. We talk about what happened with the who are the negative aliens, right? These the Zeta aliens, the Orion group, and you have the Dracos and reptilians. They're involved in the abduction and breeding to enslave humanity, and have control over this territory of this planet. But this is all ending, but they won't stop. These guys, the pawns, or the puppets here on the physical plane, the way they are programmed, they don't know any better. Some of them actually has been abused and violated, tortured. Guys in the military, they have been also blackmailed, so we cannot judge these people. And but some of them are awakening, and some of them want to transition to light. So it's going to be a very interesting path back to light. That's why we all have to kind of know our puzzle piece, and we all have to kind of do our best and have that faith and trust, right? We're walking in those energies of love and faith and trust and grace and gratitude and compassion. Here I have an image of Kuan Yin. Okay, so this energy also resonates with me, goddess of compassion. Compassion is much more powerful energy, and that of course it's a pure energy of that unconditional love. It's just seeing everything, this suffering and everything, but you just see all you feel love. All you feel is love, even though there are these atrocities happening in front of you, or things are being exposed and everything is coming to the surface. Fake it till you make it. It's not working anymore, because the energies are now very powerful. We are ascending, people are changing, the human consciousness expanding. So Only the truth can set you free, right? So it's all coming, and we gotta be ready. Those who are the leaders, the pioneers, the system busters, or the second coming of the Christ, we gotta get ready. And that's why I'm making those videos and just kind of also trying to help you guys. But first, I have to help myself. But I am showing you what I've been up to and my inner work and the work that I do. Hopefully, that will help. Some of you to make constructive proper changes in your life, and seeing the beauty and lightness everywhere. Okay, but anyway, yeah, let's go to those dark agendas, those fallen archangels. They think there are more than us, more humanity. The thing is, what is problem with this, there been an infiltrations from 11 dimensions, right? And people are learning to navigate through the 4D densities, right? The 4 dimensions, so we can go to 5D. So the infiltration has been done from 11 dimensions, and these draconian reptilians, the Orion winged draconians and the fallen seraphim, they actually coming from 10 dimensions, because there are archangels, for seraphim, very powerful beings. Unfortunately, they chose to have the experience of being disconnected from God, from source. And also what is happening while they're doing all this torture and eating children, drinking adrenochrome, and so many these politicians and the military involved in drug running and child sex trafficking and gun running and so on, because these guys, they think, or the black nobility family, they think they will ascend through drinking children's blood. That's their mindset. And they're worshiping the very dark entities, however you want to call them, whether it starts with S, and things like that. They're worshiping the Baphomet, right? So those are the Black Sun entities with their extremely high advanced technology. So we have to be very careful. And that's, the point I'm making, like, where is this darkness coming from? I want to go back to light. Maybe I did experience something that I was not supposed, or it was not politically correct, or, it was like against whatever the Bible, even the Bible has been infiltrated anyway. The Bible is saying, but hey, I came here to have these experiences so I can expand my consciousness. But now I want to improve. I want to advance. And here we are in this dualistic world to expand our consciousness, and to learn more about our emotions. But unfortunately, our emotional body's been also hijacked, polluted, degraded, right? We've been disconnected from God, from source. So many people out there, they're nothing but puppets, right? And slaves of those negative ones. So again, so these fallen archangels, right, that we've been dealing with, of course the divine justice is coming online. So everything is actually going well according to God's divine plan, but there'll be challenges, of course, so be ready for that. And so these guys, so their template actually doesn't allow them for natural biological ascension or cellular transmutation of consciousness, body, or organic movement into other timelines. That's why I want to put it out there. It's just how important to really activate our DNA template. It's so important to do our inner work. It's so important to feel our worth, because we humans, the human angelic divine luminous beings, were designed to have direct connection to God, to source, and being the portal and the column of light shining bright with your consciousness, you can travel to other universes. These guys who disconnected themselves from God, from source, even though they come from 10 dimensions, which is huge, they're stuck. That's why they do everything they can to stop the ascension. That's why they do so much harm, and they did so much damage to so many people, right? And so many children, and guys in the military, because they want to rule, they want to control, they want to manipulate. They don't know any other. I was just like, do some yoga, meditate, surrender. It's just, you can't really talk to them, right? They're hooked to the Nazi Neuralink, the supercomputers. It's the inorganic timeline, because they are siphoning energy from this mother nature, from humanity, from our children. They're siphoning the energies from from our soul, right? They need the light of our soul in order to survive, to do whether the agenda is dictating them. So very important to understand those things. That's how humans are designed in a very powerful way. So do the inner work, do the energy hygiene, do the meditation, go to nature, align, attune to those ascension energies, okay, and feel the power of your soul. but you got to be diligent. There's no pill somebody will, you will take a pill and now you'll be all ascended and you can beam yourself up and you'll be in that golden liquid light and the solar flesh comes and you'll be in Jupiter. Okay, so no, this, we're here to do the inner work, to do the heart work. Yeah, we are, the ground crew, we are doing heavy duty stuff, and especially in those astral and etheric realm, the vibrational work. So many people are also been telling me, or you're just doing nothing, you're meditating or sitting and you're sitting around. No, we go to those high planes of existence. I mean, we do very powerful, energy work. And because it's not seen, it doesn't mean then we don't do anything. Okay. I work with the unseen world and so many others. And there's so many also very powerful grid workers and, energy workers and, those who were working on that new grid and, gatekeepers and so on. This is what's been happening. And that's why it seems like, oh, nothing is happening. We're doing nothing. But in those astral, like high etheric planes, we've been building this new structure, the new architecture of this new earth, and we need the ley lines, right, the grids, the altitude, latitude, because remember, everything is quantum mathematical sacred geometry, right? We work with the geomancy. Okay, and that's even how our body is designed, and with this etheric DNA technology and our cells having, with the DNA, crystalline DNA, sacred geometry. Okay, so this is very very deep work. Okay, so I just want to emphasize that, and I know so many people probably don't understand what I'm saying, and that's okay. I'm just kind of telling you what I've been going through, what I've been kind of integrating and studying and noticing and connecting that, so I can inspire you. So their agenda. Okay, that they wanted to eliminate and exterminate the Essene lineages, and also they made the Black Sun lineages made agreements with the Zetas and Draconians in 1930s to dominate the management of largest and richest multinational corporations and pharmaceutical industries. Okay, and they set up the shadow government, the shadow military industrial complex with covert weaponry to subdue and manipulate humanity. So I talk about it in those previous videos. You can go to the video Black Sun Nazism 4.0 back in May 2021. But here I wanted to continue with these secret military programs carrying out negative alien agendas. Okay, all these operations for biospiritual consciousness enslavement through mind control and genetic engineering. Okay, all these covert operations have been going on for quite some time, and it's against the public to gain access to the frequency patterns and then have control over human brainwaves. So all these experimentations, underground military bases, putting guys on drugs and LSD and heroin and morphine, whatever, so that the Black Sun, the Nazis, they infiltrated by the Orion group, they've been doing it, so they know how to control your brain waves, so you're not able to ascend. They lower your IQ, right? They lower your thinking. They want to keep you in a extremely low frequency vibration so they can control you, manipulate you, and even eat you or drink your blood. Yeah, they need your adrenochrome. So that's their agendas, right? So it's wow, to me it's like, know that, but it's how how horrible that is, but it is what it is. So so the goal is to limit perception and IQ, to harvest earth-based genetics and continue to modify gene expression. And they were doing through chemtrails, through GMO, right? So also, and with these, and they also patented all these things, okay? And for military application. And so why people have mental symptoms, which is anxiety, agitation, stress, and fatigue and depression, because through these things, right? CCP vaccinations going on, they put all kinds of viral mixtures and they patent them. So, what the virus CV is also all about. It's patented, it was premeditated, it was pre planned. So, there's nothing new under the sun. All about experimentation, lowering the frequency vibration, fear based consciousness. So, people, don't think for themselves. They're like robots. So, transhumanism is their agenda as well, of those negative ones. So, people have stress and fatigue and depression, and then all kinds of, viruses. People are just wondering where the herpes is coming from, or shingles and Epstein-Barr and HPV virus and so on. It comes from those negative aliens. Some of them, they have laboratories in Mars or Moon, but things been now cleared out. The Galactic Federation is here again, study the Galactic Codex, the universal laws. So many things are transpiring, so many things happening behind the scenes. It's just the public doesn't know that much about those kind of things. So that's why we have to be ready when people go nuts, right? Or how you say that, ballistic, right? We take a deep breath, okay? We hold the energies, the high frequency for them, because we are the column of light shining bright. We know how to transmute the negative energies, okay? We have also very powerful beings of light, extremely high intelligence in the form of dolphins from the star Sirius. So there is so much help, okay? Just let you guys know, just be informed that there is so much already happening, and we get tremendous help. So there's no helpless situation, even though it is part of their Pavlovian conditioning to really oppress people, dumb them down so they can't even think for themselves, okay? But we are the holders of light. For those who will then need our help and our assistance, okay? So we are also transforming the soul energy from the lunar consciousness into the solar consciousness. Very important, because people, they have this, what I've experienced at work, this unmanaged stress. People are very agitated because they have entities. I know some people, they spend like 20-30 years in New York City, right? Working very hard every day, 7 days a week, okay, 24/7 almost, and it just takes so much out of you that these people right now, also with these energies, and people who don't manage their stress, who don't do the inner work, I can just see how the mind control really has such a huge big impact in their lives and their family lives and their work lives, right? Instead of praising the Lord, people are worshiping the green paper. Okay, so time to wake up. Yeah, so you breathe, relax, and very important to also learn how to detox yourself, and get rid of all these energies. Okay. The viruses can transfer genetic material between different species of hosts, DNA, RNA viruses. Anyway, this is something that is a little bit too much for me. She was talking about the prions. Those are faulty proteins. As a result of scrambling amino acid sequences in our DNA RNA communication, interfere with our immune system functioning. So yeah, the detoxification is very important. Well, how do you detox? Whether through drinking distilled water, good food, zeolite, diatomaceous earth, and what is it, the colloidal silver, monatomic gold. Okay, guys, so you can Google all these things. And vitamin C, right? With vitamin C, zinc. So boost your immune system. Do everything that you can empower yourself, whether physically on that physical plane, but also spiritually on that soul level. Very important these kind of times of transformation, transition, right? It can be exciting because things, we're heading into this new earth, the bright future in ET and Tesla technology, levitation, free energies, and was it med beds, and what else we have, being reconnecting with our star family, and galactic family with the star nations, being again the galactic citizens, okay, and traveling to other universes. So this is all coming. This is part of humanity's bright future. Those who are choosing the organic ascension, those who are choosing to really work on themselves so they can transmute their shadow, heal themselves. Lots of healing. People have so many wounds. People are being triggered all the time, and people they're projecting their negative ego and all this aggrandizement, and then the fear-based consciousness and jealousy and envy and all these lust and competition and greed and all these things. People need to watch themselves. You guys, take a deep breath, right? Inhale, exhale. Can you bring your hands into your heart, your loving heart. Just give yourself that extra love. Know that you're loved, that you're protected, you're taken care of, right? I usually also connect to the cosmic heart of Father, Mother, God. We have the Holy Mother energies here, right? Divine Mother, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and so on. So that's the Holy Rose, okay? And the tri-wave matrix, it's coming online through the solar rishis and the founder races, okay, that design the human race. They're all coming online because of the new grid, the crystalline grid, and the gamma rays energies, frequency, the plasma light coming online. So imagining a bright future, okay, it's the way to go. It's just to get there, it will take some time, patience, inner work, right? And we have to take it step by step, moment to moment, being in the now, in the present moment, here and now. Take it fractally, okay? So, and watching our mind, feeling an emotion, so we can always correct it, right? If something negative jumps in, you can detach. For me, yoga philosophy, detachment is play a huge big role, in my evolutionary process and awakening and so on, because I am in this world but not out of it, okay? This world, in this false matrix, ruled by the archons, reptilians, and so on. This is not who we really are, who we represent. We are resurrecting the energies of Atlantis and Lemuria. So the energies after World War II, all these atrocities happening, can be transformed, transmuted, and healed, because so many things will be even exposed and disclosed in the public arena. So of course things have been those who are in the lightworker community or alternative media, so we know what's been happening, transpiring. So many people know about those things for decades and decades. So yeah, just kind of stay tuned and be in your center, be positive, hold the energies of the positive timeline. It takes lots of responsibility, lots of inner work. Yeah, so also I wanted to talk about that virus, that CV thing, okay? So it's a nano AI hybrid sensitive to EMF and 5G millimeter waves, and actually it reacts to collective consciousness fear, and that fear is purposed for AI assimilation, targeting frequency wave patterns in the collective consciousness. It's part of the Armageddon software program, and its byproduct is the pestilence programming, which is the AI program installed in a planetary brain and magnetosphere, and it's harmful to those with compromised immune system, okay? So yeah, taking care of yourselves. Also remember that some people didn't choose Ascension. Some people don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. Or some people I can even see around me, they don't want to deal with their ego, with their shadow self, with their pain body trauma, because it's painful, and it's just not easy to look at the skeletons in the closet. But unless you do it, hey, if you want to ascend, it's part of the process, to transcend, so it's part of the work. So I encourage you to do so, because there are so many tools and so many wonderful YouTube channels and spiritual healers and light workers and galactic beings with all these beautiful DNA activations and channeling. So everything is possible. Don't lose hope, please. Okay. And so all this stuff, they've been happening. They've been, again, like to not allowing us to ascend from those, fallen archangels, the Black Nobility family, and so on, because they want to rule, control, manipulate. But pretty much their world is coming to the end. Okay, there's more and more light coming in. We are winning the victory of the light, and it is what it is. So Let me see. Yeah, very, very important. Be dedicated to spiritual development and higher ethical conduct in service to others. Transform your negative ego based on fear that disconnects you from your inner spirit and disconnects you from that 0 point God matrix. Connect deeply into a loving and kind heart that aligns you with the 0 point. Hold this energetic balance in your mind, and that will anchor in the body. Okay, so that also will help you to defend from spiritual attacks. So all everything is coming online. No more invisible within the human visible light spectrum. So because of the frequencies and people's third eye is opening. So many people are now becoming aware of their psychic abilities that they were not aware before. Okay, so very important just to kind of not be scared, but hold the energies of love and speak your truth, of course, but stay on that positive timeline. Very important. I think I wanted to also mention one more thing, that the other the about the serum, the hydrogel, in these things. So what the military, what they've been doing, all kinds of experimentations and so on. They have called the CRISP technology, right? It's editing software for genes, and they can pretty much, their technology can edit, splice, and program cells, and then they can actually remote view it or control it remotely. And anyway, so there's been so much abuse in power, so this all needs to be brought to justice, because who is behind the technology? You have the good guys, or you have the bad guys. You have the draconians, the fallen archangels, or you have the galactic command. You have the benevolent ETs, so very important to start discerning, to go into your heart, feel the resonance. Okay, start also speaking your truth with kindness and love. Be also very careful, be protected with the power of your soul, of that light, the electromagnetic field that is within your heart. Because also what happened with me, the way they program you, and they really disempower you in a military, you lose the ability to connect even within your heart. When especially the brain is electrocuted and so on, you have no that's they sever the connection with, of course, with source. Your crown chakra is totally burned. I mean, they're trying to calcify your pineal gland crazy like possible. Of course, you cannot express your truth, nothing, because they would just get rid of you. That's kind of how they do. So extreme abuse in a military. And I know this is very sensitive topic. I don't really talk much about it, so sometimes I'm confused. Why do I have to continue? What to continue? Because it's very dangerous to life, but we have whistleblowers. There are so many wonderful people out there, exposing those kind of things. And I'm still jiving. I'm still kind of, I guess, continue what I'm supposed to do, whatever my assignments are. But also I have to kind of measure it, I have to gauge it. This is not easy for me to talk about it, because we're still in this interesting dualistic dimension. And the galactic wars are happening, right? But at the same time, the light is winning, and there's a bright future for humanity, and for also star seeds, right, who've been doing really heavy duty work in those vibrational levels, planes of existence. So I do feel better and better. Okay, I do feel lighter and lighter. But I just kind of wanted to just kind of make point, and my answers been my questions has been answered. So hopefully some of you also, some of these questions that you guys had, the targeting and the conditioning, and how come I'm so in fear and all this anxiety, all this depression, because people have all kinds of miasma, all kinds of disfiguration, their aura entity or aura, astral plane. There are negative entities, I mean, inserts, holographic inserts, and so on, because we've been dealing with interdimensional beings with highly advanced technology who made contracts, agreements with the world governments, and here in U.S. Government, Congress as well. So yeah, and it's all now transpiring. There's like I said, no top secrets. There's like the invisible now is becoming visible, and for some people, this is going to be drastic, dramatic, shocking, and some people won't even have the eyes to see it, right? They will deny it because of the conditioning of the programming, direct programming. My mind is extremely analytical, so that's why they were not able to really mind control me, even though they damaged my aura, my energy field. But again, through my yoga background, working with the chakras, right, activating them, there are specific bija mudra, bija mantras and mudras as well, you can use to reactivate your chakras, your chakra column, and so on, your energy system. So anyway, whoever is interested in the work that I am doing, that would be great, just to for me move on. Or I know that the humanitarian projects should also come online, and so see how everything goes. Right now I'm okay, what I'm doing, and but I know there'll be lots of changes for everybody. Things are changing and transforming. So the other good news, or what I've guys created, and again, it's on my website Yanakalai, on a homepage. I put together the preamble for the New Earth jurisdiction. And so it's in PDF file, so you're welcome to download it and just do whatever you want to do with it. If you don't resonate with it, not a big deal. This is not part of your just learning, or this is not a part of your matrix, your operational system. Again, only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. So here we go. I'm a freeborn spirit. I'm the creator of my destiny and my reality. I consciously participate in co-creating a new earth government under God, the law of one. I'm not a strawman or dead entity created by the U.S. corporations under the UCC law, nor am I a lost soul at sea under the maritime law. I'm a divine being of light, a living woman with heart and soul under the land and soul lawful jurisdiction of the original Constitution of 1776. I'm immune from any lawsuit issued by any service corporation. Under the natural laws, every man and woman are created equal by the Creator and endowed with certain inalienable rights for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I'm American. I'm not a property of the Crown of England or the U.S. federal government, governed by the private corporate legislature, dictated by the elite of the Swiss banking cartel and the black nobility mafia family in the Vatican and Italy. I'm the authority. I'm God's sovereign free. The only contract that I and my soul have is the contract with the infinite creator under the universal laws. Universal laws were implemented upon the surface of this planet in the fall of 2012 by the light forces and the Galactic Federation that are assisting with the planetary liberation transition to the higher realm, the fifth dimension. Universal laws supersede any written law upon this planet. Thus, since 2012, the off-world elite of the Dark Fleet and their minions, the Cabal, the Deep State, and the Illuminati must comply with and respect universal laws. The dark forces of the Black Sun lineages are cognizant of universal laws under which all living beings fall. Universal laws override the current third-dimensional jurisdiction system with its legislature, rules, and codes. The dark forces with their Black Sun corporations have been ignoring and disrespecting the natural laws for a very long time, and to such an extent that now their jurisdiction on this planet renders them without any authority. Their abuse of power in commerce, religion, science, medicine, entertainment industry, academia, and politics with its military branches has become immense, and they will be prosecuted for all the heinous crimes according to the divine plan. with the beings of light, and the Galactic Federation with its military forces are implementing the Galactic Codex on planet Earth at this time. This Galactic Codex represents the legal basis for all actions of the Confederation in this quadrant of the universe. It represents a systemized code of inner ethics of all souls of light in Christ, which reflects their inner truth. The Galactic Codex forms an essential part of the New Earth jurisdiction that defends the basic rights and liberty of all sentient beings in this universe. It aims at developing a harmonious and peaceful galactic cosmic society based on truth, integrity, unity, and sovereignty. Okay? My beloveds, many blessings and namaste. I'll talk to you later. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.